Reggae Nights live, and you need to shut up and sit down.
And sit down.
That's right. Shut up and sit down. And that is because I've got my friend Tyler live with me. Reggae Nights live. What's up, Tyler? How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, man. I can't complain. It's been a crazy couple weeks with everything, but we're back. We reset. We're ready to go this weekend. Everything's good.
Man, you ain't lying. Crazy couple weeks. What'd you guys just do?
We just played our first Reggae Rise Up.
Reggae Rise Up. Oh man, tell me we're just gonna hop right into it.
All
so
right.
Reggae Rise Up, y'all played on which day?
We played on Sunday.
On the
We were the opener on the Vibe stage.
Oh, on Sunday. Tell me more, man. So I wasn't able to make it up to St. Pete because we were kind of planning our own show down here.
I know.
So it was a little busy down here. But I seen pictures. The pictures. Like, just tell me about the weekend.
Well, if I can, I'll start a little before that.
Yes.
So whenever I met Vince and Daniel, and we knew maybe 6 or 7 songs, and Ichroniq was just the 3 of us, we had this brilliant idea, which I thought at the time was probably pretty dumb, to just go sit outside in the grass and play in the park. And it actually went pretty well. And then
How long ago was that? How long ago was that?
I believe that was the year of the COVID Reggae Rise Up, I believe, to where it got pushed back into, I want to say it happened in like October.
Okay.
And then the next Reggae Rise Up was less than a year later because it got back on schedule.
Okay. So y'all just decided to go in a park and just jam out?
Yeah, we had some little garbage PA that was about maybe 2 feet tall. We all plugged directly into it. It sounded terrible, but it allowed people to hear us. And we just stuck a case open, and some people threw us some cash, and it made it at least okay. People don't hate us, so
you know when you got good music coming out, it doesn't matter what speaker it is. That's just proof right there. If you've got magic, man, people are going to listen.
Yeah, well, at the time, we never thought that playing, actually being inside the gates was on the radar. And then the following year, we had a better idea to even bring a full band out there with our whole merch tent, and we were playing like a full band.
So
and we had a crowd.
Just like that, you guys are sitting there like, almost like just seeing the lights out in the park, and then you guys are setting up for Reggae Rise Up on a Sunday.
Yeah, it was pretty surreal. We were loading in, and then the Steel Pulse was on stage checking mics, and we're just bringing our gear back and forth, and we're all right there 10 feet away from Steel Pulse, just doing their thing, all casual. It's like this is like a rock band that gets to open up for AC/DC in my eyes. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's. You're seeing. That's. Yeah, that's. And again, what you were saying was not too long ago. This was. I don't even know if it wasn't even on the radar for a dream.
No.
But when you have that dream, how do you catch a dream? That's what you guys are doing now.
Yeah, you got to work for it. Me and Vince started rehearsing, just the 2 of us, after we met, and we were rehearsing in my stepdad's bait shop. And anytime it rained, the roof was leaking everywhere. You had crackheads trying to. We literally had a homeless lady come in and say she needed help, and so we just basically let her stand in the corner while we just kept rehearsing. She has no shoes on, barely wearing
That's the first thing. Hey, I told you, man. When you got Magic coming out, people are going to come. She's like, I need this in my life. She was your number one fan, first fan.
That's Gibson in Florida, right there, the best town on earth.
So how did you and Vince meet?
We both at one point in time were doing jiu-jitsu, and he was training over in Lakeland at the affiliate gym, and we have open mats on nights. And I was just there one Friday night, and me and who is now I know to be Vince, my bass player, we started rolling, and then he was wearing a gi, and I was like, okay, this is cool. And we probably rolled for a good half an hour, 45 minutes that night, and I had no idea who he was, but he was cool. And then so after we were done rolling, he takes off his gi, and lo and behold, he's wearing a Fortunate Youth shirt, which is the entire reason why I even got into the genre in the first place. Those guys were like both of our heroes.
So you just knew that, okay, I got to talk to this dude because he has a Fortunate Youth shirt on.
And then Vince being Vince, I asked him if he likes Fortunate Youth, and he was just like, no, I just got the shirt.
I can hear him saying that.
And then so that night he sent me the instrumental to what's now Oceanside. So it kind of started off the bat. We started writing.
All right. Okay. Now I was talking to Kylie last night, and I've never been in a band, and I don't really have a lot of musical experience and can't play anything. I guess that's why I'm on the promotion side.
Okay.
But I did play sports growing up, right? And we were talking about, with her and putting together the Lost Tropics. And, when it came together, she just kind of knew it was there. And like playing basketball, you play pickup basketball all the time, right? And you're on the playground, never met anybody, but like the game just flows. You can find people that you just play well together with. And then there's other people that are just like, with open mats, same thing. You just, like you said, the dude was cool, and you just build a relationship from there and instant chemistry.
Yeah. I mean, you can sense that stuff off the bat. We were both, because there's guys, especially in jiu-jitsu, where you'll get some pretty aggressive guys that don't really roll respectfully. It's just as much of a dance as it is a fight. So when you got guys in training trying to kill each other, that's no fun. And it was both. It was a pretty clean, respectful thing off the bat. We were both instantly like not uncomfortable with each other. Everything was cool, and kind of just went from there.
That's awesome. So you're how long have you been into MMA?
So I played soccer growing up, and since I was maybe 12 or 13, I just got into the UFC pretty heavily, and I love Chuck Liddell, I love Cowboy Cerrone, I love Matt Brown, and I always wanted to train. There was this gym down in Ruskin, about 15 minutes of where I grew up, and I'd be begging my mom week after week to take me, and she was like, okay, maybe, yeah, but at the time I was playing soccer, and it got to the point where when I was 13, 12, and we were starting to travel pretty much every weekend to different hotels across the state to play in whatever league we were in, the tournaments or any of that stuff. So then I never really got into it until I got into college, and I was down at Tallahassee Community College, or up at Tallahassee Community College, and there was an MMA gym about a mile from my apartment, and I'm like, it's about time finally, because I played a semester of college soccer, then I basically left there, which is South Georgia, to go to Tallahassee, and that's where it all started. And day one, I remember knowing nothing, just being pretty athletic at the time. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of washed up these days, but just getting absolutely mauled by anybody and everybody that was on the mat with me that day. And thank God I didn't start sparring that day, because that would have been even worse.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went into an MMA gym. I'm 6'1", and I'm like 230. So I'm a big dude, and
you got the body to be a killer.
Yeah, boy, you want to get humbled by a 135er?
I've been there.
Walk into an MMA gym, and you're just like, what happened to me? And like the worst thing is you can feel it happening, and you know it's happening, and you just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I've said the same.
You know you're stronger than they are, and then they use it against you, and all of a sudden you're in a pretzel. And yeah, one of the most humbling experiences of my life.
Oh yeah, no, I've rolled with so one of my second gym, my third gym actually was Marcio Cruz in Wesley Chapel, and we had this brown belt instructor who was, man, he was old. He was probably in his 60s, and I'm sitting here fresh faced, 23, and I'm like capable white belt, like I'm trying to get my blue at the time, and so this guy was just, he was maybe $125. When he had you where, like, in any top half guard or side control, he must have felt like he was 400 pounds.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how these guys can just distribute their weight in that way.
They just grab your wrist and you're like, oh, like, I mean, it's just, it's, well, the one thing that really what drew me into MMA was the sportsmanship. Even with UFC, even because we got pretty deep into the MMA game with on the regional scene, amateur scene, was the sportsmanship that you would see after a fight. Go to a high school football game on a Friday night. Every team wants to fight each other. The fans want to fight each other. The parents, even the cheerleaders, are calling each other's names. Go to an amateur fight in any region. Two guys just kick the crap out of each other, and then the referee raise the hand, then they shake hands, give each other a hug, and walk away together. I think that's phenomenal.
Well, I think when you learn how to fight and you understand the consequences of being in a fight, you respect the other people that also know how to do those things. And like in any other scenario, you really don't want to fight because it never ends up, even if you win, you still lose.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you just whooped my ass. When am I supposed to be, a jerk to you? Like, I better be nice.
Exactly.
Who's your favorite UFC fighter right now?
Ooh, right now?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be Sugar Sean.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing. He looked good. He looked good the other weekend, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm sorry?
He looked good. He was untouchable.
Oh, man. That was one of the best performances I've ever seen. He pieced up Cheeto like he was...
It wasn't even funny. I went to bed in round 4 because it was late. I couldn't stay up there.
Time's going to change. I went to bed around 4. Yeah, I went to bed around 4.
I was like, I can't do it anymore. He's going to win. So, yeah, I went to bed early that night. Yeah, I'm the same boat with that.
But of all time, probably Cowboy Cerrone.
Cowboy Cerrone. Okay. Entertaining. I mean, he's fan favorite. Like, how can you not like him? And he takes that same enthusiasm into life no matter what he does. So, you talk about just the genuine dude. Everything he does is 110%.
Yeah, he's a wild guy for sure. He lives out on the ranches in Arizona, goes hunting, goes cave diving, and
does his thing. Talk about, yeah. I'd love to see his bucket list. Like, what else would be on his bucket list?
I almost don't want to know.
Jeez. All right. Now, who you got, Tyson or Paul?
I mean, is it a real fight or a fixed fight?
I don't think, where Tyson's at in his life, I don't think he's willing to fix anything. Because when he fought Roy Jones, he wanted to go another 10 rounds. And Roy Jones was like, bro, no more.
As much as I want to say Tyson, Jake Paul is basically half his age, and he can actually box pretty well. If you watch him box, he knows what he's doing. I mean, I don't think
too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big dude. I don't know. That's a crazy one because Mike Tyson, arguably the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Take my money, huh? Take my money. Because I'm the same way. I think Paul's he's been around long enough, right? He's taken a couple losses, so it's not. I mean, he's fighting legit, right? I mean, that's the way I'm seeing it. But he still has the hype, but boy, man, Tyson. How about this? His career. You talk about a roller coaster, but how could you not be a Tyson fan right now?
I don't know how anybody can dislike Mike Tyson.
From, you seen a guy and then just kind of put all the pieces back together again. What a final chapter that he's writing for a legacy.
I mean, you see these days he's all on this psychedelic vibe. He runs this podcast and he's just smoking weed all day long, taking mushrooms on his podcast. The guy, he's came full circle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's see what else we got on here, Tyler. What else we want to talk about, man? Well, you were talking about some of the, Tyson's big on THC. I'm relatively big on THC. I think this is a great segue into introducing one of our sponsors for the show. This is Curaleaf, and we're going to go ahead and send it over to Igor and Nikki. Igor, take it away.
Reggae Nights at the Fork sponsor preview, your essential guide to the vibrant world of reggae music and community events. I'm Igor Eagle, broadcasting from the Try Healthy studio in Venice, Florida.
And I'm Nikki K, ready to dive into the holistic world of wellness and music. But first, a big shout out to our sponsor, Curaleaf, for their support in making Reggae Nights at the Fork a reality.
That's right, Nikki. Curaleaf isn't just about supporting great music. They're pioneers in promoting health and wellness through their high-quality cannabis products. It's amazing to see them tune into community events like this.
Absolutely, Igor. And speaking of wellness, Curaleaf has shared a health tip for our listeners today. Did you know that incorporating a simple meditation practice into your daily routine can significantly improve your mental clarity and reduce stress?
That's a valuable tip, Nikki. Meditation can make a difference, even just for a few minutes a day. It's all about finding that balance in life, isn't it?
It sure is. And balance is what Curaleaf stands for, blending enjoyment with well-being. They believe in the power of cannabis to improve lives, and their presence at Reggae Nights is a testament to that.
Now let's shift gears a bit. Curaleaf is not only about promoting health, they're also about community connection. Did you check out their website? They have this fantastic section on cannabis education and responsible use.
I did, Igor. It's impressive how they demystify cannabis and focus on its benefits when used responsibly. They're helping to change the conversation around cannabis.
And that conversation is essential, especially in a relaxed setting like Reggae Nights at the Fork. The event is on Sunday, March 24th at the Twisted Fork in Port Charlotte, next to the Charlotte County Fairgrounds.
Don't forget, folks, admission is free. But if you want to indulge a bit more, VIP tickets start at just $25 and include a fantastic VIP buffet.
Sounds like a day not to be missed. Great music, a wonderful community vibe, and a chance to learn more about wellness from Curaleaf.
Indeed, Igor. So, grab your tickets, join the fun, and immerse yourself in the rhythms of Reggae Nights at the Fork. Big thanks to Curaleaf for bringing this event to life.
All from us today. Until next time, keep your spirits high and your health in check.
Tuned and stay healthy, everyone. This is Nikki K.
And Igor Eagle, signing off from the Try Healthy studio.
Well, Curaleaf. We got to thank you guys over at Curaleaf. Now, this Sunday at the Twisted Fork, we got free general admission because we got phenomenal sponsors like Curaleaf. Now, the one thing Curaleaf we pointed out on that video was they're big on education. I am big on hemp education as well. We were talking a little bit before the show, right, Tyler? And I said, do you have your med card? And what was your answer to that?
I do not have my med card.
And why was that? What did you say about that?
Well, I've honestly just never felt like I needed it because I've always could get it if I wanted it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My dad has gotten his med card, and he's gone really head over heels into the whole thing. And him and a couple of his buddies are just, man, they love it.
And this is you said something funny earlier. You're like, I think more people need their med card.
Oh yeah,
we kind of joke about that, right? But I don't think in life we smile enough. We stress too much. I remember raising my kids. I always, what I told myself was yell at them with a smile, and it's almost impossible to yell with a smile. And that just kind of slows things down, so you're able to just catch yourself and realize things aren't so stressful. And I think that's one thing cannabis does. That's one thing hemp does. On the medical side, I got my card, and we're kind of on the opposite spectrums of things. And just like your dad, we're all built different, right? We're all built different, and we all have different needs, and we all, some people like Pepsi, some people like Coke, some people like root beer.
Sure.
Don't judge us on Sprite if we're talking about sodas. For me, my experience with hemp is I get kind of excited about things, and you've probably seen it. Things start spinning around for me. Like I call it my merry-go-round. And for me, if I get too excited, I can't see the horses anymore. They just become a blur. So for me, I think hemp and cannabis is a way for me to adjust the speedometer of that merry-go-round in life. Because sometimes I need it to be going faster. Sometimes I need it to go slow-mo. And that's what hemp does for me.
That's fascinating how it can affect people in such different ways. Because, like you said, opposite ends of the spectrum. It's like I used to smoke a lot more than I do now. And occasionally from time to time, I still will. And I'm obviously a big advocate for it, and I always have been. And like I said, I think more people that don't probably should.
At least try it. Again, life is short. Don't stress. For me, I've got a pretty stressful schedule, but I cope, and I seem to be, my mood's always decent, I think. And we'll have to verify that with Stacy.
I think so.
And again, we're all built different, right? Some people like ketchup, some people like mustard. And again, every day is different. So you can't put ketchup on everything. Sometimes you need barbecue sauce. And it just hits right.
As long as you're not putting mustard on anything, then you're fine, though.
Ooh. You mustard guy?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're an anti-mustard guy.
Yeah. Big anti-mustard guy.
I could do mustard on a hot dog. Mustard on a hot dog is good. I can't do it on a cheeseburger. I'm just trying to think what else it can go on.
Not much.
People help me out. I'm a mustard advocate. I need a little bit of help though.
Maybe at the most you can see some mayo mustard combo on a sandwich, but that's all I can do with it.
I put mustard in my deviled eggs.
I'm not a deviled egg guy either.
No, you're not a deviled egg guy?
I'm just scrambled, throw some adobo in it, throw some cheese in it, we're good.
Adobo in your eggs?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, I season them. Yeah, I season them.
Where did you pick this up at? This secret adobo and eggs thing that you're talking about? Because I'm interested. I'm not sold. I'm not buying yet. But I might have to check out the prices on adobo next time.
Oh man, no, adobo and eggs, and even in your baked potatoes, it's a hidden gem. Now, growing up playing soccer, I grew up around a lot of just different cultures that did things a little differently, and
okay,
I was hooked on that from the time I was a kid.
Ah, all right. I was in the Navy, and so been around the world a few times, lived in San Diego, and that's the just different culture of foods. It really interests me, and that's why the secret of adobo in your eggs.
Yeah,
I had a best friend. Peanut butter chicken was his thing.
I can't get behind that.
You got to. Peanut butter chicken was and then I got introduced to kimchi.
Introduced to
kimchi, Kimich. I think it's soured cabbage is what it is.
I can't even think about what that even is.
It's rotten cabbage is what it's rotten flavored cabbage is what it is. And then he put it in the microwave, and it was the most foulest smelling thing you've ever smelled. Wasn't bad though. Wasn't bad. Kimchi. Fermented cabbage. There we go. Somebody said, heck yeah. Ferment, and that's what it is. Fermented means rotten. All it is rotten cabbage, Mike.
I really only recently came out of the woodwork with anything diverse in food for the most part. Like, I was that kid that it was straight chicken nuggets and fries almost every day.
Yeah, chicken. Can't go wrong with chicken. But you use sauce? You use sauce?
Oh, yeah, ketchup. Yeah,
ketchup?
For sure.
You wouldn't know, like sweet and sour sauce, barbecue?
Oh, I do now for sure. But as a kid, no. It's just, I mean, you could take me to Burns Steakhouse, and I'll get chicken fingers as a kid.
Now, has the taste buds matured over time, or are you still chicken nuggets at the steakhouse?
No, I mean, you can't go wrong with them. They're all reliable for sure. But now, mushrooms are my big thing.
Mushrooms.
I can put them on. Oh yeah, I love them.
All right. So there's in Venice, there's a steakhouse. It's called Prime Steakhouse, and they have the best salad, man. The best salad. I'm not a salad guy. Look at me. You can tell I'm 230 pounds. So like I'm not a salad guy, but when I go to Prime, because they have this poppy corn salad dressing. It's the best. And I asked them, I said, why don't you guys sell this? Right? Because I'm in business. I'm like, this. And they're like, because if we sold it, you wouldn't come for the salad. And I'm like, oh, you guys marketed me. So yeah, I go there.
You're taking notes. You think you're taking notes?
Yeah, I know, but man, it is the best salad. Yeah, Prime Steakhouse. I don't even get paid by Prime Steakhouse. Go check them out. Get the salad. Popcorn dressing.
That's a solid shout out right there.
Now, you know what? Speaking of shout outs, let's go ahead and give a shout out to somebody that is paying us. Let's go ahead. We're going to kick it over to, this is one of our best sponsors, Tyler. This is K&T Design. Tie-dye. Have you ever made a tie-dye shirt?
That sounds really fun. Yeah, so I'm going to make a shout out if I can real quick. Our friend Candace up in Indiana, she owns a company called Tie Dye For. She's phenomenal, and she's sent us a swag over the past year. And she's actually going to have a booth that, up at Florida Groves.
And that's in Orlando, right?
Yes. Yeah, her designs are crazy.
I mean, I've been watching some videos on Instagram on how they do all the tie-dyes. And I don't have the patience. I don't have I can't do it. Have you ever seen how they do that stuff?
Don't they just tie it up in like 1,000 rubber bands in different areas and stretch it this way and that way and soak it?
It's all strategic though, because like that's how they get all the cool designs, and like some people like butterflies and dragons, and man, that is artwork, straight up artwork.
Yeah, that's off to them. I mean, that's above my patience level, above my pay grade in terms of, and above my creativity level, all that stuff.
You know what else I get lost on is the guys that paint the hats. Like they put the little drops. I think it's hydro something, but like they'll put the drops and then they'll like do a little paintbrush and then they'll plop the hat and then it's like a, I don't know, like a sunset of the beach.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen street painters.
You have any idea what I'm talking about on that?
Not on hats though. No, that's pretty wild.
Come on, somebody. I need somebody to post me a link on this because so it's like do you know what hydro printing is? Hydro dipping. There you go.
This guy Mike's been hitting dingers.
Mike's on it, dude. So hydro dipping. So yeah, it'll be like a say you have a bucket of water, okay? and I'm guessing it's oil paint, and they'll put like drops on top of the water so the paint is on top of the water. And then they'll get their paintbrush and they'll make like designs. Somebody just gave us this. I don't know if I can. Wow. I just clicked on it and it's on the screen. I don't know what that does though, Tyler. This is beyond my technological. Well, everybody at home can see it now. Just you can't, but you're the one that I want to see it. But no, you have hydro dipping. Okay. So you'll have homework to do after this show. Is you'll have to but it's good stuff because like it's one of those reels where it's the satisfying reels, and I just stole 2 hours of your time tonight. I apologize.
Oh no, that's fine. Anything learned is
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But let's go ahead. We're going to give K&T Design a little bit of love as well. They are going to be at our show on Sunday. They are also represented in October, and I think they were represented in another place with us too. And then we also have some of their gear in our store at the Venice location. So go ahead, Igor and Nikki, tell us about K&T.
Welcome back to Reggae Nights at the Fork Sponsor Preview, your essential guide to the vibrant world of Florida's reggae scene. Broadcasting from the Try Healthy studio in Venice, Florida, I'm Igor Eagle.
And I'm Nikki K, ready to dive into how new clothes can make you look and feel better. But first, a big shout out to our sponsor, K&T Design, for their support of Reggae Nights at the Fork.
K&T Design is not just about clothing. It's a celebration of color and creativity. Their tie-dye designs are a perfect match for the reggae spirit. Vibrant, expressive, and totally unique.
Absolutely, Igor. And speaking of expression, today's health tip is all about the power of dressing well. When you wear something that looks good, it naturally boosts your confidence and mood.
That's right, Nikki. It's amazing how a simple change in attire can elevate your day. And with K&T Design's tie-dye, you're not just wearing a shirt, you're wearing a piece of art.
So, if you're heading to Reggae Nights at the Fork, make sure to check out K&T Design for some eye-catching apparel. It's the perfect way to enjoy the music and embrace the reggae culture.
Join us at the Twisted Fork in Port Charlotte on March 24th for an unforgettable experience. Big thanks to K&T Design for bringing such vibrant energy to the event.
And remember, feeling good starts with looking good. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you at the next wave of reggae beats.
Well, there you go. K&T is going to be represented at the Twisted Fork. Also, let me introduce you guys to our cannabis water. Tyler, do you know what the sound of refreshment is?
If you crack it open, I will. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
There it is. There it is. So we discovered these guys about a month ago, and we introduced them in our Try Healthy Venice store. And that is the sound of refreshment right there.
Is that flavored?
This guy is, so we have three kinds, right? We have an indica, we have a sativa, and then we have a light version. So the sativa is actually 30 milligrams. The indica is 20 milligrams, and the indica is wedding cake blood orange flavored. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not overpowering. It's cannabis water, so it's more, I mean, it's not even, so we've had other drinks that were more seltzer, like more like a White Claw, where it was super seltzer, and I don't know, I'm not too big on that. Where this one just has a little bit of fuzz, like a little bit of fizzle, where it's not overpowering, but it's more just like a light flavor. But phenomenal results. Nothing like getting cotton mouth while you're drinking something. That's interesting.
Are you going to have those out there on Sunday?
No, because we are going to be selling a butt ton of beer on Sunday because we are at the Twisted Fork.
All right.
They got a bunch of beers on tap. Yeah. So the Twisted Fork, you've never been, huh?
No.
So I remember we did. They had. So the way it's set up is, it is the Twisted Fork is the restaurant, and then right beside the restaurant is a Harley shop, and then behind both of them they set up a stage. So it's just like this trifecta of beauty. Of just, you've got food flowing, you've got beer flowing, you've got tunes playing, you've got Harleys coming in, you got people buying Harley shirts. I mean, it's just a trifecta of just nothing but stuff going on. They'll run bike runs, bike rallies. The place is built for rock and roll and country. That was when we talked to them. I said, "Can I bring in reggae?" And they said, "Well, we're kind of rock and roll and country." And I said, "Well, I got some really good reggae bands." And they said, "Let's give it a go." So this is how we got Reggae Nights at the Fork.
Really? How about that? Nah, so there's a OCC Roadhouse up in I want to say somewhere towards like Seminole area. And based on what you're describing, it kind of seems like the same thing. They have live music, but they do a lot of bike runs. It's like a big kind of storefront thing. And
it's just beautiful. Like, like they do, they'll have cornhole tournaments out there, and it's family friendly. Mike, who's on the chat, we met him and his family over there on Sunday just to kind of scope the place out on a Sunday. And I'm kind of jealous. I ain't going to lie to you, because he lives a lot closer than I do to the Twisted Fork. Like, he lives right down the street. But I want to thank you, Mike, for inviting us out there. We had a good time. But yeah, just a brilliant venue.
I was excited before, but now I'm like, all right, let's get to Sunday now. Come on.
Yeah, this, we're excited about this. We've got a couple other announcements. We've got our October 5th show that we've announced. So just like last year, where we had you guys out, this time we're going to be able to shut the street down. And we have unlimited vendors, unlimited vendor capacity. We've got a year to plan this thing, or 9 months to plan this thing. So it should be a killer event.
Is this the Little Stranger headliner we were talking about?
Oh man, we got to maybe get them on a different one. We've already got the headliner booked for October 5th. But we ran into what is called a radius clause. So I got to keep a secret, man. I got to keep a secret until June. I'm not good at secrets. I know, Mike. There's Mike, right? Yeah, I got to keep that secret. And then we've got something November 9th. We've got Reggae Nights on the island again. But this one is going to be Reggae for Vets. And we're going to be putting together a veteran tribute concert of some sort.
That's cool.
Dedicated to the vets. I'm a veteran of the Navy. We were talking about that earlier as well. So we want to give a little bit of love to those guys.
Yo, thank you for your service, by the way.
Absolutely, my pleasure, man. If it wasn't for the service, I don't know where I'd be at, honestly. It's amazing where they can take somebody that doesn't have a lot of structure in their life and build structure. And just, getting out of the military was a culture shock, because when you're in the military, it felt like you were a family and everybody wanted to see you succeed. Meaning, like, your boss wanted to see you become their equal. So what that meant was they got promoted. It always felt like you always had good mentors in the military. And when I got out of the military, I joined when I was 18. So that was my first job. So when I got out of the military, I was kind of expecting the same kind of environment.
Absolute free for all, I'd imagine.
Still learning some of those, courtesies of the non-military world.
Sure.
But again, structure and all that, it was great. It's fun. I joined the Navy to see the world, and I got out of the Navy because I was tired of seeing it.
Well, at least you got to do it on not your own dime, so that's the best part about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. Got to see a lot. Yeah, got to see a lot. Singapore was pretty cool. Singapore is probably one of my favorite stops.
I would love to get to Asia one day. I want to go to Thailand so bad.
Oh, Thailand! I've been to Thailand way too many times. That's why it was. That's why it's not number one. Too many hangovers in Thailand. Man, Thailand. So we went to a place called Phuket, and
that's the capital. Or no, so Bangkok's the capital, right?
Bangkok's the capital. Phuket is like, it's kind of like the tourist capital, I guess you could say. You know, it's very touristy, and I don't know. I can't tell this story. We'll have to tell this story off air.
This is off the record.
Yeah, this one's off the record.
There's probably crazy off the record stories that happen about Thailand. I'm excited for this.
Hold on. I'm gonna take a look at the time. All right. If it's an even number, I'll tell you the story. If it's odd, I can't tell you. Ah, shit, it's even. It's 9:42. No, we can't tell the story. We can't tell the story.
No worries. I'll see you in a few days.
I'll tell you on Sunday.
All
yeah.
All right.
It involved. Yeah, I got locked out of the hotel room, and I fell asleep by the pool. Yeah, that's just we'll leave it there.
Okay. I'm looking forward to this.
I'm looking at some of the comments. So other things in Thailand that was pretty cool. This is kind of like what led up to that night. The one thing, there was this area in Thailand where you basically at Reggae Rise Up, I'm sure they had 10 by 10 tents for vendors, correct?
Yes. Yeah, something along those lines.
Picture festival with like 150 10 by 10 tents. All right.
Okay.
This is what Phuket, Thailand was. But every tent was a different bar with the most intense sound system you could put together, all playing different genres of music at every tent.
I want to book my flight right now.
Dude, you just walk 10 feet and then it's Metallica. And then you walk 10 feet, then it's Too Short. And then you walk 10 feet, then you got some Garth Brooks. And every place is selling liquor.
That's crazy.
I mean, at one point, though, you get so drunk, all that just blends together. And that's how we got to the story. That's how we got locked out of the room.
Okay.
To be continued, for sure. All right, so we covered our K&T, we covered our Curaleaf, we covered some MMA. What else do you guys got on tap?
Well, in terms of musically speaking, we have a show with a band called the Honey Hounds March 30th in St. Pete, and they've been on Sugar Shack at least once, and they're from Jacksonville, I believe. Don't quote me on that.
Where are you guys playing at in St. Pete?
It's at the same place we threw our Halloween show, Baber
Okay. What was it called again?
And Baber Brewing
in St. Pete.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool venue. Yeah, it's in St. Pete. It's like not too far from the Trop at all. And they're a really, really good blues, funk, reggae jam band. They're a three-piece, but they bring it, and they're so groovy. They're so good.
Oh, look at this, man. Our moderator already posted the link to the event. She needs a raise. I'm telling you. She has been on top of her game. Look at that. We got the link right there.
That was cool. Yeah, and also Tropical Boulevard is also on that show with us, too, who is – I don't know if you know who they are. They're one of the – they have some of the best musicians in the area. Their sax keys player. He's also he's also in Hip Abduction.
Okay.
They got a girl by the name of Audrey Short, who's one of the best singer-songwriters in the St. Pete area. She's phenomenal. And, yeah, they just have an all-star lineup of musicians, and they jam.
Nice. Okay.
So it should be a really, really fun, high-energy show.
We're going to have to get all these guys down to Venice one day.
That'd be a killer lineup right there.
Okay,
honestly,
we'll have to. I'm taking notes, man. I'm taking notes. We got a lot of great stuff going on down in Venice. You guys helped kick this thing off, man. I'm gonna appreciate everything that you guys brought last October. Super excited about the show coming up on Sunday. Let me see if the moderator can drop a link for our VIP tickets for Reggae Nights at the Fork in Port Charlotte, Florida. Guys, we are located in between St. Pete and Fort Myer. We're about an hour south of St. Pete, about an hour north of Fort Myer. Easy to get to right off the freeway. The Twisted Fork, we're going to be playing at Bert's Back Porch, which is the venue behind the Twisted Fork. Located right beside the Harley shop. We got we got a packed lineup, man. We're running everything back from October, and we added the Lost Tropics, so that's going to be exciting. Did you see these? We got trading cards. Did you see these yet?
I think that's crazy. I think Vince sent me something about that. I'm not sure, but I think I've seen that.
Check them out.
That's awesome.
And then here we go. That's Propaganda.
Nice. Those are clean.
And
Those
then we got the boys from St. Pete right there.
The boys. Man, who did that for you?
Man, we got a good graphics team, my friend. We got the best graphics and media team in the business. We just haven't told anybody yet. No, that's what we're starting to do. We gotta let the secret out. But yeah, we got a pretty good graphics team.
Got to keep on graphs.
Yeah, we gotta leak it out slowly. Well, Tyler, man, I appreciate it. We are already at like almost 50 minutes tonight, so I took up way too much of your time. I do want to thank you for joining us tonight on Reggae Nights.live. I'm sure we'll have you and the boys on in the future. I'm sure we're going to be doing a lot of work together. So how can we find out more about Ichroniq?
Well, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff, just at Ichroniq with a Q. It gets commonly misspelled by people who aren't as familiar. ICHRONIQ. And we're on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, the whole nine. We got plenty of music coming soon. We just dropped Lips of a Liar, our last single, March 1st, and we're stoked.
Good song. Man, we didn't even get to that, man. We got to do a part 2. Great song. Great follow too on Instagram. You guys do a really good job on your reels. Very entertaining. Got some sense of humor.
He is killing it in every aspect. That man is the reason why we're even. I can't quantify how much he's the reason that where we're at. And if he wasn't at the helm of the ship, we'd just be playing in a bait shop still. So.
Well, I got some chicken soup recipes that I called up for him. I'll have to drop some.
We need them right now.
I know. We need you better, my man. So just get on Google and search chicken soup recipes. That's all you got to do. Pretty simple, right? Best chicken soup you'll ever eat by Ambitious Kitchens. Right there. Free shout out, Ambitious Kitchens.
Don't sleep on Vince's mom's cooking either. She's got it down.
Come on, moms. We gotta get some chicken soup over there. We gotta get them right for Sunday. Tyler, again, it was great talking with you, and we will continue with the Thailand story on Sunday.
Hey, I really appreciate you having me. I'm stoked for Sunday, and I'll see you then, my friend.
All right, I'll talk to you later. See you.
All right.